Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors. As always, giving honor to my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, my father, my in-laws, and all of our ancestors and brothers and sisters who are in the ancestral realm as well as fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. Today, I wanted to discuss some things with you all concerning the recent comments and how people are cheerleading and have their emotional pom-poms up, cheering every time a cracker says something about Donald Trump. Now, let's get this straight first of all. Everybody has something to say about Trump. Trump this, Trump that. He said this, he said that. He gonna do this, he's gonna do that. But let's go back to Obama. When Obama done the same shit, everybody said that, oh, there's nothing he could do. He can't call no shots in the White House and blah, blah, he can't do this, he can't do that. He only can do, there's some people above him, over top of him, telling him what to do. He only can do but so much. It's been like that with all the motherfucking presidents, all of them. Trump is the only one that speaks verbally of how white America feels, period. The entire white America. See, a lot of you all still think that, these crackers are not diabolical and evil. You think it's just a certain handful of these motherfuckers that are racist, that practice white supremacy, when all of them do. But a lot of you niggas don't want to accept that. Because the fact you still love the cracker. You still have love for the cracker in your heart. You still somehow believe in the bottom of your heart that one day this motherfucking devil is going to have a change of heart and level the playing field. And you've been long fucking gone, and it still won't happen. It will never happen. There's only one way this shit is going to take place, and that's through physical combat and war. Plain and simple. And then a lot of y'all talking about Eminem said just about Trump and all this stuff. But I'm going to show y'all something of how, especially these rappers, all of them got something to say about Trump. But they've been on Trump's dick for the last 20-something years. And thanks to a good plug from a brother, I was able to retrieve this particular video clip that I'm going to show y'all on how all these rappers has been riding and currently riding Trump's dick.
Yo, Ice, I did a concert in the White House, and after that, me and Donald Trump hung out. I gotta say what's up to Ditcho Underground and Humpty Hump, cause he making more than Donald Trump. What's going on like Donald Trump gets checks?
I got spoke, I'm well known like Donald Trump.
Lick me up and lick me up just to get a bump. Forget Black Caesar, brothers call me Black Trump.
Put my cash in my pockets with Donald Trump.
Soon to be paid like Donald Trump.
But yo, guess who's the Black Trump?
You can boom rock and jump to the sounds I pump, but I ain't quitting till I'm shitting on Donald Trump.
Got a business mind, so if I lose the funk, I'll still be in the house getting paid like Trump. New Trump, brand new funk. Keep a pocket full of California skunk. That 95 shit don't always work. For 96, we gon' flip the script and break them off some new Trump.
Got the room stuck, I smoke and make dope like Trump.
Now I ain't talking about no bullshit ass flipping Z's. I'm talking Trump type access. They coming off a gang of I'm in Trump change. Trump change. Nah, Trump change. Rather not Trump change. Trump change. I'm talking Donald Trump change. I'm talking Steve when I'm talking Trump change.
I'm just trying to get rich like Trump.
In hot pursuit of Donald Trump rap loop.
Niggas always expect to see us two together stable. The best couple they seen since Trump and Marla Mabel.
The new Don Trump is Bill Gates. Not because his occupation, it's cause we respect his cake.
Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me hear that. I bring your ass over the hump. We trying to get money so we can be living like Trump.
We can talk, real estate, stocks, and bonds.
I buy cars with straight cash, have meetings with Donald Trump.
Madness, alcohol, and freaks, the remedy. I'm the young Donald Trump, and y'all hearing me.
Big Trump thing, making dollars, sending holler, big bucks, man.
Throwing it like Donald Trump. Below my weight like Sherman Crump. I got a hold of my state like Donald Trump.
27 cars in a 12-bedroom house.
Okay, so it's actually it's way more than that. Those particular video clips on there. So when they be talking that shit about Trump this, Trump that, and then you see how they make all these motherfucking songs, and still even Kendrick Lamar, all of them. It's not one rapper that hasn't mentioned Donald Trump in any of their lyrics, man. So you know, y'all can kill that shit. And people been asking me about certain situations involving you know, our people, these mass shootings and all this type of shit. You know, these shootings are staged. These shootings are staged. All they are practice runs for any type of insurrection or outbreak. They're just practice runs for that. Preparing for a situation when the black man and woman wakes up and start taking back what rightfully belongs to them. I'll give you an example. From the Sandy Hook shit to the Vegas shooting. Now the Vegas shooting, if all these people were murdered, how is it that no schools were closed, you didn't see any funerals, no flags at half mast, none of that. None of that. No mention of all of these supposed to have been murdered civilians and all these important individuals and police officers and dignitaries. All these people were murdered, but you have not seen one funeral or one special about the situation. You know, now that people are catching on to this and starting to question this, they're starting to kind of like making up little shit to make it appear like these people were actually murdered, when in fact they weren't. Because no one has said anything about it. And the Vegas shooting was supposed to have been the largest and most tragic domestic violence massacre in U.S. history. And all they doing is preparing for us. And if you don't wake up, because the weapons that they're using now is in the food. They're destroying us through the food. Killing us. That's why the Deer Park water, you can get 3-4 cases for $10, $8, because it's not real water. That GBH and all that shit that's in the cereal from General Mills, Tyson's Chicken, all of that shit that they're putting in there to demasculize the males. To demasculize the males and effeminize the males, you know, and make the women, you know, masculine. You know, yesterday I saw a sister who was a special police, and she was directing traffic, and she had the appearance of a football player. You know, she had the state trooper, the drill sergeant hat on. She was in the middle of the street. You know, you can tell that she's had a enormous amount of testosterone shot or something in her, because she was acting, you know, she had the appearance and energy and vibration of a man, of a straight up football player. You know, and that's part of the foods that we're eating and what they put on television. All this gay shit that goes on television, and they try to make you feel like you're wrong if you speak out against it. that you're supposed to go along with all this gay shit. And the little children, our little boys, are becoming so feminized. You know, whereas it has gotten to a point, if they have a good fist fight in school, they make it appear to be some type of tragedy, like the boy's been shot or some shit like that. You know, instead of standing up, you know, and standing up and representing who he is and taking on all challenges of anyone who tries to violate him. That he has to standing up on his own. That's what real little boys, and as far as their rites of passage into manhood, those are the things that they go through. You know, it used to be mandatory, where you had to get down like that in order to stake your claim and plant your flag. You know, among the other boys and among the other men. You know, now it's so, you know, our young boys, our young men have been over pacified. And at the same time, my generation is largely responsible for the situation that our babies are in, that our young men are in today. Because my generation was nearly decapitated in terms of the prison system, the crack cocaine epidemic, the drug epidemic, police brutality, unemployment, black on black violence, self-hatred, which has nearly wiped my generation the fuck out. And those who are remaining, a lot of them are still struggling, trying to break the chains of drug addiction, trying to break the chains of getting off parole and probation, trying to find work. You know, and it's far and few in between in terms of those who are revolutionaries, that are radical, that are conscious, that are trying to clean up the mess and the destruction that white supremacy has laid on that particular generation. You know, and we always talk about the young brothers and sisters, how they wear their pants down and their hats backwards and all this type of shit. A lot of that stuff is just plain rebellion. Of course I'm not condoning wearing your pants hanging off your ass. Of course not. But at the same time, a lot of times, you know, our youths are just rebellious and angry, you know, and disgusted with the way the situation is today in terms of us as a people. Not having a father, not having a proper upbringing, playing sports, being in debates, spelling bees, and the like, and not having a male role model there and male support and that male energy to enhance the male energy that's inside of him, the warrior that's inside of him. So before we start blaming, we need to take a look at ourselves. And also, the drug epidemic is wiping that generation out. This current generation, because we have some of the strongest young men in history that the world has ever seen. In sports, in all areas, even in Harvard. A lot of you don't think that you have a lot of thugged out warriors that go to Harvard. Just keeping it 1,000. And this is the most strongest, not just physically, spiritually, economically, morally, some of the strongest young men, that the black men that the world has ever seen. But without proper guidance, and if you decapitate his home setting, and take away the male and put the female in the male's place and do reverse roles and get rid of the male and teach the baby to hate all black males, that there are no role models for you. The only role model for you is your white football coach, your white basketball coach. And I've seen a lot of them say that in interviews, that these crackers are like father figures to them. This is no coincidence or no accident. This shit was set up by design. And why do you think when crackers go to the adoption agencies, they look for a melanated baby? They don't look for nothing that looks like them because of the recessive gene. There's a strong possibility that that child won't be able to reproduce a healthy child because the ice ape, he's a walking germ and has so many diseases that it's nearly impossible for him and her to create a healthy generation. They have so many diseases and ailments you can't even name. And what they're trying to do is make it appear that we have those same ailments and diseases, which we don't. You know, Siamese two-headed babies and all this type of shit, you know. And that comes from wickedness. That comes from evil. You look at the stock market and how they clapping when they take the gavel at the end of the day when the stocks go high. Because the only way the stocks go high is that the poor have to go lower. Prison industrial complex, Walmart, Nike, Timberland, Kellogg's, Apple. And the more that we suffer, the more that they prosper. They depend on our economic illiteracy to prosper. And that's why it's so important to stop encouraging our babies just to be, you know, to be able to shoot basketball and football and box and all this athletic shit, you know, without a proper league. If we had an all-black league like the Negro Baseball League, it would be a totally different thing. This shit is a hustle. These games are fixed. They just like they know who the next president is going to be. They know who's going to win the Super Bowl. Same with boxing. Everything, all this shit is entertainment now. Has nothing to do. Athletic ability counts for about 30%. Everything else is business. Everything else is business. You know, and I just wanted to lay some jewels down because I haven't dropped any videos in a couple of weeks, and that's based on the fact that I've done over 200, and so you got a lot of catching up to do if you watched all my videos. And so I don't want to be talking about the same things over and over, the same topics. So I just wanted to drop that on y'all. Hotep, Black Power.